Man, y'all listen at these motherfuckers, man. Like, listen at what these motherfucking Taliban done now, yo. These motherfuckers that made the president flee from Afghanistan. They sitting at the president's desk making videos and shit like that. Man, that shit crazy, yo. The Taliban, yo. Y'all listen.
And are back, hours after arriving in Kabul, sitting at the president's desk. Earlier, at the same desk, President Ashraf Ghani clinging to the last fragments of power. But the man gazing down on Kabul's streets has gone, fleeing to neighbouring Uzbekistan. In a Facebook post, he said he'd left to avoid bloodshed. As the Taliban moves in, the West moves out. American helicopters busy over Kabul all day today, ferrying diplomats from the US Embassy to the airport. This disorderly end was not the plan. Hundreds of British troops have now arrived in Kabul to help with the evacuation of thousands of British and Afghan civilians.
Should be wearing a mask at all times because we don't know where they're all coming from.
The operation is well underway. These troops may not be on the ground for long. Kabul is in chaos. People desperate to leave, taking what they can, fearing a bloody assault. There's little violence so far, but a lot of panic. Crowds descended on banks trying to take out their savings. As police officers and security officials abandoned their positions, the Taliban urged people to stay calm.
We want to avoid bloodshed and to destruction to properties of the people, and to not give chance to plunderers, looters who are waiting for such moments to loot or plunder the properties of the people.
But the streets are full of dread. Tens of thousands of civilians displaced by fighting elsewhere, living out in the open, telling stories of abuses at the hands of the Taliban.
The Taliban came into our village in the night. After a few days, we managed to escape as they were murdering the men and boys. They accused them of being in the army or the police. They were taken out of their homes and murdered because they worked for the government.
Outside the capital, the Taliban are consolidating their grip on Afghanistan's major cities, like Herat, unfazed by their headlong success, which has government ministers reeling.
The saddest part is that I didn't expect this, but now I might face consequences that I never even dreamed of, and I guess that's the price that we pay for trying to make this world a little better.
At the border with Pakistan, Afghans are leaving. With or without fighting, the Taliban's takeover looks set to trigger yet another wave of refugees. Tonight at Kabul airport, military and civilian planes offer the only way out. At the gates, chaotic scenes. Who will leave and who will be left behind? Is this how the West's 20-year adventure in Afghanistan will be remembered?